Let's make Italian mac and cheese. Cuciniamo. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Saturday, February 21st. Welcome to this week's episode of Cuciniamo with Johnny V. I am Johnny V. Today I'm making Italian mac and cheese. One pot, easy, about 15 minutes at best to make on the stove, not in the oven. So let's get started. The recipe calls for 1 stick of butter that we're going to melt down and 1 pound of pasta. I'm using today Di Cecco cavatappi. You could use elbows, you could use whatever pasta you like. I've got 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. I've got a 1/4 cup of flour, about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and I've got some shredded Fontina cheese. I use Bella Giosa Fontina cheese. This is 16 ounces of shredded Bella Giosa cheese that I shredded. So I'm going to melt down the butter. After the butter is melted, I'm going to add in the flour. And then once the flour is combined with the butter and cooked off a little bit, then we'll add some of the salt, and then we'll add 6 cups of milk into the pot, and then put the pasta in there and let that cook on low to medium for just simmer really for about 8 to 9 minutes. And then we'll mix in the cheese. So the butter's melted, and now I'm going to add in the flour. And we're going to stir this around, mix the flour in with the butter, and cook it for about 1 minute. Now I'm going to add in the salt to the butter and the flour. Next, we're going to add in the milk. 6 cups of milk for this. We're going to stir this around and let it simmer. You want to constantly stir this until it simmers. Once it simmers, we're going to then add the pasta. Milk has simmered for about 4 minutes maybe. And now we're going to add the pasta. Remember, when the milk and the butter and the flour mixture is simmering, you want to stir it frequently so it doesn't burn on the bottom of the pan or stick to the bottom of the pan. We're going to add these in. You're going to mix them around, cover it, and stir frequently. Or actually stir occasionally. So these are cavatappi, Di Cecco cavatappi. As you know, that's my favorite pasta as far as pasta brand is Di Cecco. So we're going to mix this around, and we're going to cover it. We're going to simmer it, and we're going to let it simmer for about 8 to 9 minutes, and then you're going to occasionally stir it. So, okay, the pasta's done. I let this cook for about 14 minutes versus 9 because, one, these are cavatappi, and they're a little bit thicker than an elbow macaroni. So that's why I let it cook a little bit longer, plus the fact that it's on simmer, not normally when you're boiling water and putting pasta in. That's on a higher temperature. So this is the pasta, and remember, when you're doing this, you want to make sure you're constantly stirring it. And as I said, it thickens up, so we're going to remove it from the stove or from the heat, and now we're going to add in the Fontina cheese. I'm just going to pour this over it. I'm going to do it in batches and then it's going to melt. It's going to melt right in. Now I'm going to add in, this is a cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm only going to do half of this because I'm going to reserve the other half to put it on top when I put it in a casserole dish. So mix that around, and then I'm going to put it in a casserole dish, and we're going to cover it. We'll put the rest of the Parmesan cheese on it. We're going to cover it and let it sit for 5 minutes. It's placed in a casserole dish, and I'm just going to now pour the rest of the Parmesan cheese on top. And then we're going to cover it and let it sit for 5 minutes. Okay, so this sat for 5 minutes. Now we're going to taste it. And without a doubt, it's going to taste delicious. It's kind of like if you've ever had Panera. Kind of like that. Very cheesy. Delicious. Very delicious. Make this. You'll like it. Better than that box mac and cheese. Definitely better. Your kids will like it as well. So, thank you for watching. Be safe this weekend. If you're on the East Coast, it's supposed to have a blizzard on the East Coast, on the coastal areas. My area, we're going to probably get around 4 to 8 inches. Hopefully not, because I just got done with the snow in this area the past month, and finally can see some of my grass. But if we get 4 to 8 inches, I'm not going to see it again until the end of March. So have a great day. Stay safe.